This question asks, evaluate the limits by graphing the function on the xy plane. Let's see what's given. We could see that it's a piecewise function, with the first equation being a absolute value function and our second one being a radical function. We could see it gives us a domain of x less than 1 and x greater than 1, which tells us that there'll be a hole at 1 on the x-axis. Let's figure out the points for this first equation. Let's plug in -2 to find our first point. This will get us 3. So our point is -2, 3. Let's plug in another point. Let's plug in -3 this time. This will get us 2. So our other point will be -3, 2. Let's plug in one more point. This time, let's plug in -5. This will be 0. So you know there'll be a point at -5, 0. Now, from this, you could already see that there's a pattern. And this will be the line for our first equation. Let's figure out the line for our second equation. Now let's do the same thing. Let's plug in numbers to find our points. Let's plug in 2 for our first point. This will get us -1. So we know there will be a point at 2, -1. Let's plug in one more point. Let's plug in 5 this time. This will get us -2. So there will be a point at 5, -2. This will be the line for our second equation. Now that we made the graph, let's evaluate the limits below. For the first one, it says limit x approaching the 1 from the left side. From the left side, it approaches to 0, so our answer is 0. Now, we could also plug in 1 to our equations above. We can see that our domains is x less than 1 and x greater than 1 for these two equations. And since we're approaching from the left side, we want to use the domain of x less than 1, so we'll be using this equation. So let's plug in 1 to that equation. This will get us 0. This pretty much fact checks our answer from the graph. Let's move on to the next one. Limit x approaching to 1 from the right side. So from the right side, it approaches to 0 as well. So our answer will be 0. Let's do the same thing we did in A. Let's plug in 1 to our equation, but this time let's plug it into this equation, since our domain is x greater than 1, and we're approaching from the right side. So we'll want to use this equation. And this will also get us 1, or this will also get us 0. So it fact checks our answer from the graph. This next one says limit x approaching to 1. And luckily, since we already figured it out from the right and the left side, that'll be 0. And they both approach to 0. This will also be 0. Let's answer this final question. Does the function f have any discontinuities? If yes, what kind? Now, since we have a hole, we will have a discontinuity. And this discontinuity will be a removable discontinuity. So let's write that out. X does have a discontinuity it being a removable discontinuity. And that is our answers.